How's everybody doing? Welcome to this. How's everybody doing? This is the unofficial last class. This is the makeup day. This is the day to just work and enjoy the drawing in Photoshop. Should really redraw my badge. Maybe we'll do. Well, maybe we'll work on it today. Or Kim, how you doing? So today is the last unofficial day of class. It's day 15. Day for you to just work on your projects, and I will be here rooting you all on, providing emotional. All right, let's do some drawing today. All right, so my goal today, I don't know what I'm gonna draw. I was thinking about drawing maybe some kind of self-portrait character here at the end, just to do, so I can do some kind of self-portrait, and then we could do like, say here. Do like a self-portrait, and then, my friends, hey, Mr. Park, and then I can go over really quick how to draw the front and side view. I'm going to do a self-portrait. Start with the basic shapes. I'm just going to explore a little bit today. Angles. You know, knowing me, when in doubt, box it out. I wear flip-flops a lot, so these shoes probably gonna have flip-flops, and then I wear shorts a lot. Probably gonna be shorts. It'll eventually. It's gonna be the worst. Gonna go. Got a nose that eyes that are a little bit sunken in. And my beard. Let me tell you something about my beard. Are we going to have a Zoom meeting after this? I was not planning on it. If you want to send me Discord questions, you can. So my whole plan was that this would be just a free day for students to work. Like ideally, so if this were like a typical class, usually the class kind of ends and then you have a day of studying. Time to work on your final. But I'm here to answer questions. If you want to send me questions in Discord, if you want me to hop off, chat with you in a Zoom meeting, I can do that. Exploring some shapes. What do I want my beard to do? The thing about my beard is my wife does not like it. It's starting to get a little unruly. I thought that I can ask some questions for your cat. Of course you ask your questions. Or do you want, what we could do is why don't we stream, why don't we do this for a couple hours and you work on your cat, and at the end of it I'll switch over to Zoom meetings. Does that sound? A couple hours. Mr. Park? Yes. So probably for an hour and a half. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Like I said, one of the things I want to cover is maybe we'll even stream for a year. Designs. Totally me though. Yeah, you can definitely ask questions. We'll save some questions towards the end. Yeah, if anyone has any questions like on screen that I can help answer, I'm happy. I'm not feeling this one. Cone shape. If the shirt's tight, the wrinkles kind of go. So I wasn't super strong. Capacity over. Decided to redraw the whole thing, changing it into. I'm gonna decide I could go for like a smaller body than the head. Maybe that would be interesting. So all the same format. I don't actually. Makes drawing the feet easier if I turn them. Right now I'm drawing, where, you know, maybe I'll kind of just. Since I'm drawing, maybe I'll be holding. Just one moment. Someone's at my door. I'll be right back, my friends. Oh, JW, so you say you can't hear me. Why would you need able to hear me? I just said some really profound, important stuff. No, I was just saying the nice thing about Photoshop is if you don't like the direction your drawing is going, you don't have to stay with it. Same with paper though. You can just switch it up. In fact, I think come down a little bit further, but I don't know. See how this. I wear shorts a lot. I don't usually tuck in my shirt. Tight shirts so the wrinkles go horizontally because it's tight around my tummy. Trying to keep this really simple. Just kind of looking at you, saying hi like I do. Always kind of gandering at reference images. So I think we'll end up making a model of this character. I'm just gonna keep him simple. I'll overlay some quick. Just a moment. I'll make a base. People coming in saying hello. Responding student quick. You do. I should probably let you guys know what I'm doing. I was told by my daughter that I don't talk enough. So sorry. Okay, here we go. Okay, back to drawing. Gonna get my earphones on. Anyone who wants to say hello, please do. I'm lonely. Drawing this little character of me. If anyone has any suggestions on what I should add to this little me. Sides. Don Quixote for life. You're a local. Where are you from? Utah. Yeah, this is a chill stream. So Don Quixote, if you're just stopping by, welcome, welcome. Basically, I have been teaching a concept art class. This is the last day of class, which is it's a free class, so it's a day for everyone to stop in and work. Kind of no requirements. You're actually required to attend this class, but it's a way for us all to work on our final assignments together. I'm going to be just busting out a really quick little character. It's going to be a little version of me. Going to be front and side views just to demo that really quick. So nothing too crazy, but we should have fun. I don't like drawing top of my hair. I have a lot. Kind of flows down into like this. Maybe we'll just what tablet? I'm using the Cintiq 16 Pro. Would I hold it up for you all? Stop messing it all up, but like this. So it's the Wacom Cintiq Pro. I like it because it's lightweight. It does have to plug into a PC, which you can get versions that aren't. But I like it because it's just two. One USB-C for power and one for one for the monitor. Plugs into the PC in the back. Two plugs. It's the same one I used in Korea last year and I brought with me. In good old wearing cargo pants too. Cargo pockets on. Tuck him in here, give it a little bit of a, give it a little life. Could be my new little avatar, I think. It will make my life easy when I'm doing those front and side views because I kind of just switched. So you see, originally he was like 3/4, and you can see that one is terrible. But from a terrible drawing comes one I think that feels a little better. The shape languages are a little better. This is when I talk about drawing in hierarchies. This is the largest object on my character, which is my head and my beard. They're all kind of one single object. Then I've got the medium shape. So this is large, medium, and then small are all the arms and legs, right? So it makes it a little bit more endearing, I guess. I don't know. Oh, so Don Quixote for Life said you are from. Do I know you? Are you have we met in IRL? Don Quixote for Life? Intrigued now. Oh, cool. Well, thanks for stopping by. Hopefully I inspire you at least. Do you have a portfolio? Can we check it out? Do you stream art, or are you just looking for inspiration? Some crazy about these. Awesome. Well, welcome to the club, my friend. I love drawing. I draw all the time. By profession, though, I'm a level designer. Did a lot more level design in video games, but it's always been a passion. So I have a chance to teach a class like this. Partly because I get to draw with my students, we get to have a lot of fun and about art and prop. I like to wear football. Maybe I can even give myself calf muscles. Kind of makes me feel better about myself. It's through the University of Utah. I'm actually my students live in South Korea. I was supposed to be there this summer on campus, but due to the current pandemic, home in Utah teaching, and I've been using Twitch as a supplement teaching tool. So anything that's not like a one-on-one lecture type thing, I will use Twitch. What's nice is it also saves the VODs for the student, and I'm sometimes open lecture stuff. It's really awesome. And then things like this, the last day of class, where we can all just hang out and draw together while they work on their final projects. I think it does. I think I'm gonna add a new. This one I'm gonna do like 50 to give myself a tone. Uncooked Sirloin prefaced the University of Utah Asia campus. So yeah, so these University of Utah students. So all of them are studying currently, except for one who has already been to Utah. So the way it works is it's as if you're studying at the University of Utah on campus in Korea. So it's the University of Utah Asia campus. All the professors are from the United States, and the students spend 3 years studying on campus in Korea, and then 1 year here in Utah. So it's a University of Utah. Pretty awesome set. Oh, you studied computer science? Awesome. Daventry 1701, go Utes. That's right. How are you doing, my friend? Thanks for hanging out, Daventry. Once again, we've got the esports director of the University of Utah in chat here to make me make things more exciting and popular on. I'm just kind of trying to follow a little bit the techniques I went over in classes. There are a lot of different ways to do character work. A lot of people like to jump right into color. A lot of people like to go grayscale first, and I'm going grayscale. I find that for beginning classers, it's a lot easier to teach and a lot easier to understand to value gray first. And then we're just gonna be kind of quick with our colors at the end so they can create our side view. One thing that I'll say I've really enjoyed, I've always been a little bit, I don't know, just like anyone else, it's you're kind of putting yourself on the spot when you're on your drawing. But it really, once you get used to it, it teaches you to not take everything so seriously. It teaches you how to mess up and so nervous. Uh, 3D Mentor just said, AJ, I need you to get me the auto-tune mic. Can I have one too? If anyone's wondering, this top layer, the reason I can still see the lines through it is I set this top layer to underneath it. I may stay it for a little bit to and keep that. And I will go through. So I'm going to start from dark to light. Many times, that's the way I like to go. Daventry says, is Gabe's mic cutting out for anyone else? I apologize, my friend. See if I can fix it for you. I don't know if I need to hold it closer to my face, if that would help, if this thing messes up. The right side is louder than the left? I don't think that's my fault, buddy. That's interesting, though. That's awesome. So Daventry, is that better? It may have some noise in the background. I think instead of a noise gate. So here's what I'm going to try. Sometimes the sprinklers turn on, and in my office, the pipes make noise. I'm going to try, let's see if this works instead. Let's do a noise suppression instead of a noise gate, and we'll see if that works okay. Is it cutting out, or do I seem like a little bit, maybe slightly better? Maybe so, maybe no. Daventry says, ah, it's a threshold. Yeah, I think it was a threshold issue. So hopefully this is cleaner. I'm always trying to improve. So let's work on some darks now. I'm going to create some different layers. This is going to be an initial, maybe an initial shadow pass. Okay, here we go. My volume should be better now, right? Everybody let me know. Is it sounding better now? Yay or nay? Okay, let's so I'm just looking at my old mug here, and I'm gonna start doing a dark shadow pass. We're gonna do some darker colors. So I'm told that it's worse. Mr. Park says it's the whole thing is just worse. He says that it's worse and I should just give up and go home. It's fine. I understand. I understand. So here's the nice thing. So what I can do, since this is on a completely different layer, I can actually go harsh with these shadows and then tone them down. I've kind of talked to a lot of you about this. I have like some dark shadows under the eyes here, which I kind of like. Cheekbones kind of come out. I'm going to say my light is coming from this direction on this character. So the beard and everything is probably going to be a lot darker on this side. Maybe even darker on this side of the beard. I don't know. The beard is going to be dark in general. We'll even put some shadows underneath the nose. This side of the nose, this side of the head. There's some shadows underneath the hair. I'm just going to rough these in really quick, and this is called speed painting, my friends. Shadow on the ear, shadow on the inside of the ear here. The hair in general, I have darker hair, so I want to highlight that in. Now the shadow on the body, if it is coming from that side, it might kind of follow the shape of my shirt down here. So it might even highlight most of the entirety of my shirt. My tummy is just big anyway. And then some shadows on the shirt. And anything after this, I'll just tweak a lot in. Maybe this side of the shirt, underneath the armpit. Underneath the leg, this side of the leg. All right, really quick shadow pass. And so what I can do is I can decide whether it's too heavy or too light. So this is a very methodical way of doing this, rather than just continue to paint it. So I'm going to tone it down to like maybe 50%. I kind of like the direction it's going. So now I'm gonna play around a little bit. So that's darks. I think I want to hit the darks again now. So there's a slight gradient. And like I said, we're just going quick over this thing. So I'm going to create a new layer above that. We're just going to do tons of layers. We can do as many as we want. And we're going to go dark again. We're going dark, my friends. We're going dark. We're just going to go dark to light. So I'm probably going to spend another 15 minutes on this. Then we'll add some color, and then we'll start doing the what did I call it? The outlines for the front and side view. Maybe, look at my face. I don't really have any side wrinkles here, but maybe I'll put a couple in. I'm pretty angry. The nose holes could be a little darker. I think they should. Now I'm looking at my beard, and I'm thinking the beard needs some more love. I'm gonna use some dark beard tones. It's what they call them in the biz, the beard tones. And I'm going to put a little bit of a underlip shadow underneath my beard here. Start fleshing out these beard shapes. For hair, one of the easy ways to look at it is just make sure your strokes, your brush strokes are in the direction of the hair to kind of get at least hair somewhat looking realistic, that you want it to go in the same direction that the hair would be, right? So you wouldn't be doing side to side on this because hair wouldn't go side to side. So just keep your brush strokes moving in the direction of hair and you should be pretty safe generally. And then it's a matter of shading it all in. Need some hard lines to guide it where I want it. And then we'll do highlights later, but and then the hair up top, which I don't have a lot, sadly, in that department. Let's keep the lines going in the same flowing direction as the hair, and you're pretty safe. Of course, the shadows underneath, like you do. Now we've got all the shadows coming from the shirt that's bunching up around my belly, because that's what shirts do. All right, I'm going to keep this on the same underlayer. I don't know how much longer we're going to be spending on this, but let's do a little bit of lighting. 3D Mentor says Daventry is trying to get you a new mic. Yeah, get me a new mic, please. I deserve it. Okay, so I'm going to do a light layer. I'm going to try and figure out where kind of the sun would be hitting my face. I don't know where this is one of the fun parts. So I'm going to create a new layer. That way I can adjust it. And I'm going to make this one pretty strong light. And let's just looking at what I can see here. One of the things I might do is just highlight the eyeballs right off the bat. Get those guys popping through a little bit. All right, let's play with some sunlight. Kind of hitting this side of the face, coming around the cheek. This side of the nose is going to start popping out. Some of the mouth. Side of the beard. Let's give it a little love. Down on the shirt where the wrinkles of the shirt are going to pop out a little bit. So if you use a grayscale type of tone like I did, the nice thing about it is when I go to overlay my colors, they're going to be more saturated colors, and then I can pull the colors out from there. But we're not gonna spend an insane amount of time on this, so we have time to work on the line art on the other one. We're just having fun. We're just having fun. Okay, I think I might, I'm just gonna use soft round brush and go light around some of the areas to get like a highlight around the belly here. Turn down that. Highlight the whole thing. This will give me a little bit of a roundness around my tummy. And do the same thing a little bit on my nose and the face a little bit. And there's a hole over the beard, so lighten it all up slowly. Top of the hair up here needs to be lightened up significantly. Got to make that an EAE shirt. It's actually, that's what I'm wearing. It's supposed to be. All right, and I think the dark layers, I'm going to do a little bit of the same thing. But one of the things, I think I'm going to use my lasso tool to keep my shading inside where I want it to be. So like on this shirt, let's see how this works. And I'm just going to create a new layer, new dark layer. So I'm going to use a soft brushed pan and go black to kind of create the shaded input. Put EEA and Space Crab onto it. Wild idea, my friend. Wild idea. Abby1, thanks for the follow. This will create a little bit of a soft shadow underneath the beard too. There we go. All right, you know what? So we don't have a ton of time because we're trying to do this fast. Let's do a little bit of a color on this gentleman. So I'm just going to over the top of the whole thing. Actually, we'll keep the lines. There it is. There it is without the line work. That's pretty trippy, right? And then with the line work. So one of the things we can actually do with this line work, I'm gonna contrast it. Let's make it a little bit more contrasty and bright. We'll keep it sketchy because that's the way I work better. But we can up the contrast on this line work. Oh, I'm using the wrong one. Cancel. On our line work is what I meant. So a little bit more. All right, now let's do a color pass. And I'm just going to do the color pass probably over the lines as well. And then I think I'm actually going to probably use my lasso tool and just cut out this whole character. So color-wise, I don't know. We'll just use like a pinkish color for the skin. And we'll see how it does. So I'm going to change this to color. And go back to that other brush, that chalk brush that I liked so much. I don't know why I like it, but I do. And we'll start doing some color on this little fella. Might be a little too yellow. We're gonna play with that. I'm gonna overlay this with some blues and pinks as well, and then we're gonna go over and fix his eyes. But right now I'm just laying out some quick base colors, and then we'll continue to proceed. So here's the thing, if this is an EAE shirt like I'm wearing right now, I'm just wearing a black shirt. So it would kind of probably just stay the way it is, or we could make it like a red shirt. What do you guys think? No thoughts on the matter? Nobody cares? Okay. And my beard is kind of the same-ish color. My hair. So I'm gonna have to give them some adjustments too. As a whole, the value was not enough contrasting values. It was all pretty much the same kind of contrast. Pants are khaki pants. I'm gonna make them more green though. We'll make them green cargo pants so that everything isn't the same tan color. And the honest truth is I am wearing blue flip-flops today. Keep it simple. Okay, nobody cares. Nobody cares about the EAE logo, so we'll just ignore it for a moment. So I'm gonna add some, I think I'm gonna add some like pink to the cheeks and the nose. And up at the top of my head, I think the lower half should be more blue tone. So underneath the nose is like more of a blue tone. And the ears, just to change things up a little bit. And then up towards the top of the head could be more of a yellow. No, we're just doing this really fast. Really, I think that the whole face should be more light. But what are you gonna do? It needs some more tonal values underneath. The shirt is like dark, which kind of, I don't know, we could go like a really dark blue. I wonder what that would look on the shirt. Might look a little bit better. So I think with the face, I'm going to lighten the whole thing up. And then I'm gonna darken up the beard a little bit. All right, alrighty, my friends. Now I think I think I'm gonna paint over the whole thing now. I'm gonna keep my lines actually above my color line palette and do a whole new layer where I can play with some of the highlights, like the eyes. Some of the stuff I'm gonna erase on my lines layer. And these guiding lines here. Not too many. I actually don't mind the sketchiness of it. But now what we can do is we can hit some of these colors that I don't like. No make zombie checkpoint. No make zombie checkpoint. I don't get it. But sure. Or did you say no make zombie checkpoint? I'm gonna hit more of these. I'm gonna hit more of the line work. You know, that's what we're gonna do. These nice dark lines. Don Quixote, thanks for stopping by. You bet. Anytime. Just hitting some of the highlights on these wrinkles on the shirt. Pulling out some of the shadows and shades. You know what I mean? Do the same on the pants down here. Highlight some of these toenails. And then the flip-flops really should be a darker blue. Not happy with that. Oh, there we go. All right, good enough for now. Okay, so that's just a real quick character sketch of me. A little bit muddy, but for the sake of the class, for an hour, 40 minutes, real quick. 3D Mentor says he'll be right back, so let's talk bad about him while he's gone. Let's talk bad about 3D Mentor. That guy drinks so much Mountain Dew that he has to leave every 5 minutes to go to the bathroom. Okay, let's create a model sheet now for this beautiful character. I'm going to use the same canvas, and I'm just going to make it wider. So let's say width, we want to go like 400%. See what happens. Don't need it that long. Crop it down. Crop it down a pinch. Looks pretty good. Okay, so now we need to create some guiding lines. And we could pull out the rulers. If you hit Control R, you have the rulers. For some reason, they make your brush laggy. So, I mean, we could start dropping out these markers for where we need to draw this character. It's not the, I don't know. I don't think that's the most efficient way. So I'm going to get rid of my rulers. Control R. Didn't get rid of my guides, though. Clear guides. There we go. Okay, so let's see how we're going to do this. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to create, I think I'm actually going to, for this one, I'm going to collapse, just because I'm not worried about it. I'm going to collapse down the whole character. And we're just gonna go crazy here. So we need to create a front and side view. So this front view he's pretty much in front view already. So we just need to do some little tweaks for modeling him. For example, we could put him in like an A pose or a T pose. We could do an A pose to make it a little bit more easier. But we're going to create a new layer. This layer is just going to be our guidelines. So if I just turn on my brush tool and we'll just use a black line, what I can do now is on this guideline, I can choose where the key features are. Like for his head, the bottom of his beard is right here. I'll just hold on that and push shift and bring that across. That's the beard height. Here's the top of the head. I'll hold down shift and bring it across. The crotch, for lack of a better words, is right there. Top of the eye, right there. Bottom of the nose, right there. These will give me general guidelines. Here's an ear, right there. The feet, somewhere around there. Here are the knees. And let's pretend the waist is right about there. Okay. So now I'm going to create a new layer under that. And this is what we're going to start drawing on. A couple different ways we could do this. First, I'm going to turn my guiding lines down so they're not quite as dark. That'll help me see a little better. On this background layer, I think what I'm going to do to make things even easier for me is I'm just going to grab my lasso tool, grab that whole character, Control C, Control V, and now I can just drag him over here to where I'm going to draw the side. Then I'm going to fade that out. This might give me a good, really quick idea of how to get the head and the body shapes a lot quicker. But I still have all those guiding lines that show me where everything should be. So I'm going to adjust the opacity on him, even down like 30%. That's fine. Now I can see him underneath, and now I have a whole new lines I can draw on. And remember, if we keep these on separate lines, we can always change them up later too. So instead of my brush, I'm going to try using a pencil, see if I can get better brush lines. Yep, more pencil-y lines here. Turn my opacity up all the way. Now I can just use this, and I'm just going to be very sketchy because I can always put a new layer over that and do more finished sketches. But you can see his head shape in general is like this big cube, right? So this could be the start of painting him from the side. And then we just have to decide, I have to decide where do his eyeballs line up and where are his nose on this? What is his head shape in general? Is it still cubey like this? Or does it have a more rounded shape? Maybe, like I like to draw things, maybe he looks more like a bean. That's what that's what I decided he looks like. So his head actually comes back in the back, like kind of rounded. And the whole thing shapes like a bean, like that. And I'm following that same kind of look. But I'm just going to say this is what my head looks like. Here's the nose right here. So I might put this out on the outside. And now I got to decide how round is that nose? Where are the eyeballs in association to this? And I might put them like right here. I'm just starting this whole process. Remove that eye. It's got that big nose hole. And the beard, I imagine, comes out in the front too, right? Here's my eyeball, right over the other one. The ear would be somewhere around here. And figure out where the hair would be, right? So I'm not actually crazy about this, so I'm just going to erase it again. And I'm going to switch to a more opaque brush. I'm going to switch more to my brush tool to start blending these out. Okay, so we'll start out with the basic shape, which is the square. And I did like the bean approach, so I'm going to do that. So maybe this is kind of what the head looks like. If this is the eye line right here, figure out where the eye would go in relationship to the body. The nose would be obviously on this end. I'll block that out again. And the eye now is going to be on the front here. Got the big chin where the beard is. And then my jawline would come up around here to where the ear is. And then of course the rest of the beard would travel suit around that. So I can start to get an idea of what Angry Gabe might look like from the front. Here's my beard. Which comes around all the way to the back like that.
I always wanted to be a woman in charge. I became that woman because of a little dress. I am Diane von Fürstenberg. BVF. I sit down with some of the
That
women
looks
I
a little bit
admire
better.
most for intimate conversations about the journey of life and survival. Listen for
But that
free
lines up
only on
sideways with
Spotify,
my drawing.
beginning March 12th with new episodes every
Okay, the body itself would have the same rounded shape. But like we said before, rarely do bodies have no arch in the back. So this would be the arch in the back right here. Here's where the arms would probably be coming out. And my buttocks would come like that. And then you figure out where the legs would come. So if the hip is right here, honestly, probably around here, right in the middle. So where my legs would come, I've got the calf right here. And we can adjust all this. The heel of the foot, and it would come. We're just going to box it in right there. Okay. So if I hide that one underneath, you can see I'm starting to figure out what the side view of this lovely, lovely man would look like. And then really it's up to you to work on this to whatever you feel it is. Rarely, like I say, a lot of the mistakes I see is they make the back perfectly straight and the butt perfectly straight. So the front has these nice rounded shapes, but the back is just perfect like that. Like I say, on the side view, you kind of figure out where the arm is. It's not necessary to draw it in because it kind of blocks the view. But then you'd be able to make sure that these all line up to where you want them. So now that I kind of have that blocked out, I think I want to refine it a little bit better. So I'm gonna fuzz that out a little bit even more and create a new layer. Okay, so let's draw this even again. Okay, so the ear was right here. And I'm gonna turn on smoothing. Creates a big lag in your system, but it actually allows you to draw straighter lines by slowing down your pen. So if you ever have like a real terrible lag, that's the smoothing. Normally when I'm painting, I like to have that set at 0 so I can just paint how I want to paint. But if you set it up to like 50% or even 100, you'll notice this lag behind your pen, but it allows you to draw much more elegant lines than you normally would. So this nose here, I don't know if I want that big bridge that I had on it. So let's play around with that a little bit. So let's do, so the back of my head I could still keep like I had it. Something like that. And the hair would come, you know, across my head like that. I guess. I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll go with it. And then this side of the head, how do I want that to flow? Maybe the same kind of jot down, but maybe I want the nose to be more like that, less crazy per se. The mouth is right about here, but the beard comes down a little bit further. So I'll just give myself a little frowny face. My lip pops up and my beard might come down. And up. But I'm able to do a lot cleaner lines with the lazy. It's called the smoothing brush, but we'll just call it the lazy brush. And this is that whole shape. I kind of want to mimic it even on the front shape of that beard that comes off. And we'll just imagine my neck comes into it somewhere along the lines there. So this is the top of the shoulder is actually above here. And I just want at least a slight arch of the back to come down. And maybe I don't want it. Maybe I don't want my tummy that far out. So we can play with this. We can adjust this. So I want a nicer line down. Foot goes straight down like that, and then the calf muscle, because I've got these epic calf muscles. Everyone agrees. Lazy mouse going on. Of course, the foot comes down like that. Something like that. Now I can draw the line of the shirt. Same kind of spot for the arm, which I think the arm actually comes up a little bit higher. And the eye, same spot. So this is just a quick, really quick sketch version, but this is how you're able to quickly draw. And if you don't like any of it, just delete it and try again to quickly draw that side view. And this is the kind of thing you would take the art director and they would decide whether they approve it or not, if that's how they want the profile to look, if it's similar to the front view. I'm still not 100% that I like this. I actually think maybe the head would fit more of the style if it were more rounded like that. But I don't know. But like I say, this isn't perfect. This is just testing it out. And that, my friends, is how you draw the front and side view. The front view would be very similar on this one. You would just do like the front view, but this one I pretty much have done the front view. So this would be enough probably to actually model the character because I've got enough information for all of that. So that is the quick demo. I am not happy with the side view at all, so I am going to adjust it. I'm going to play with it. So I'm going to do less talking while I'm trying to fix my drawing a little bit. Not sure I like that either. Actually, I might like it a little bit better. 3D Mentor just asked if he's ready for a co-stream. What would that entail, Mr. Mentor? What would we have to do for a co-stream? I feel like I should do a front view just because. So I'm going to bring this guy back up just to make him match this entire thing. Just keep streaming. Oh, okay. Just keep streaming. Just keep streaming. Okay, so if I'm going to do a T-pose, I really don't want to do a T-pose. Maybe. I think I'm going to do the double hand down like that. Maybe I could do them both like that. I think I'm going to do a double hand. So here's the thing. So I want to keep this to a general front pose. One of the things is I could fix the legs so they're more straight on and keep this one over here like this. So let's do that, I guess. I'm going to create a new layer for my front. And if you notice, if I did a line straight up and down, you'll notice he's pretty symmetrical. T or A pose. Okay, so we'll try and do it. We'll do an A pose then. So we'll look at the actual shoulder kind of goes across up here. Okay, so we don't have to do very much to the body, really at all. Like he's pretty much centered. I'm going to create, though, on this, in our guide rule, I'm going to create a center line. Just because that's kind of where I want the whole body centers. And for anything that I can keep symmetrical, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to try this out. So let's start drawing the face. We'll just draw the mouth out like you do. The beard is very much the same, right? The difference is I'm just going to draw one side and see how symmetrical I can keep the whole thing. So here's his eyeball. Oop. It's lazy mouse, man. Here's my eyeball. What? May not be perfect, but there we go. And the nostril comes out like that, and the nose comes down. Okay, so we're just going to draw the one side. So keep this symmetrical as well, as much as I can. I'm going to show you why in just a minute. So anything that is symmetrical, I'm going to keep symmetrical. The pants, they follow pretty well. We can just follow the whole guideline here. Keep the whole thing easy. Okay, and so here's the arm. I'm going to move it up. Actually, if we're doing the A pose, I don't need to move it up. I need to move it at like this angle. And then we see this arm would come up right about there, so we're going to keep that the same. And that is about that arm, so we can actually draw an arc to see where that would go. And the hand, the thumb would be coming out like that, and we're just going to do a real rough hand. Okay, so that would be about an A pose. So I would need to put some serious work into this hand and the fingers, but that for all intents and purposes would be the A pose. And then I'm going to actually straighten out the leg just a little bit. And we're going to put it more in the front view than the back view, which means there would be a toe. Oop. Those were the guidelines, but really there'd be a toe here, toe, be something more like this. And the heel would be in the back, and the sandal shape would be going something like that. So this obviously would need to be refined a lot more. I'm using the lazy brush, so it's really janky. This would be about the same. So now if I hide that back view, you can see that head is coming out pretty good. Now what I want to do is I just want to mirror this whole thing over. So I will just grab a box, select the character there, and Control C, Control V, and then I'm going to edit, transform, flip horizontally, and then we can move it back into, move the wrong one, okay. Move him back into place. And you can see I'm going to hit Control E, and you can see we get a perfect symmetrical version of him. The only big difference is his hair is different. So I'm going to click back on his reference image. And because his hair isn't the same on both sides, we can just redraw it back in. Which got shifted a little bit, but that's okay. We'll just redraw it just like it is pretty much. Because his hair just plain isn't symmetrical. All right, and there's a real quick front and side view of our character. Alex Cervante says, dude, I love the character concept. Thanks. So Alex, welcome to the party. So that's the A pose. So I was just doing a demo, Alex, for my class. It's the last day of concept art class. And I was just doing a demo of how to quickly make a front and side view drawing of your character to make it easier for a modeler to then model that character. And so this is kind of a rushed version, but he's done kind of quick. I know what's been bothering me about this hair now. Because this hair would actually come all the way across the back of the head, not just right there. Junie says, oh no. Did I do something wrong, Junie? And now if we hide our guidelines, they're gone. And now we have just, we have the concept of the character and the front and side pose view. Oh, sad that it's the last class. I know, right? Well, guess what? I have decided I'm going to do a lot more of these supplemental art sketching days. So I'm hoping that you'll come join me to do more drawing later on. Fix my hair so it looks a little bit better. So now 3D Mentor's job is to model this character now. Yeah, you know what? It's funny you should say that, Alex. So Alex just asked you take requests on the next concept art, maybe do a Professor Do for fun. I almost did a Professor Do, so maybe the next one I will. Because I need a little Professor Do sidekick, right? I mean, I already have one, but how much better would that be as a drawing? Now we're co-streaming, Mr. Mentor. I'm realizing stuff that's bothering me now on this one. So this one, he needs his bottom lip. We can fix some of this stuff. All right, class. So I've been streaming for about 2 hours now. I'm going to take a little break. Now I'll be back in just a little bit. I think I'm going to work on a tileable texture painting for Texture Tuesday. And that'll be fun. But this has been a demo on how to do the front and side views for your final concept image. Take your time. Have fun. It's been an amazing class. I'm going to miss you all. And yeah, hit me up with any questions. I've got a couple of you that I need to hop on some private Zoom calls with right now. And then I will be back. I'll shoot a message on Discord when I go live. Anyone who is not in the class is just stopping by. Welcome and thanks for stopping by. It was in the optional last day of class for concept art. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the class. I had a lot of fun teaching it. Covering all the basics. I think you guys have learned a stellar amount in the 3 weeks. 3D Mentor, get out. Okay. All right. We'll see you on the Discords. Like always, you always keep in touch. We're friends and colleagues at EAE.